Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Peter and I just got finished filming a 6-part tutorial on how Peter would use a small reflector, just like this one. So that's over on Inspire. You can go check that out. It's a whole big, really informative 6-part tutorial. But we thought we would give you a little teaser over here. And let's get into it.
Okay, one final look. So in the hotel room, I can't take the sheet off the bed because it's been super glued or something. So I'm going to do the final look, and we only have this reflector. So I've made Beck's bed. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to shoot. I'm just going to do a test shoot. Cool, that's pretty. And still work it from there. So as we can see, it's too dark and it's a lot Blair Witch. That's fine, we're going to build this from here. So I'm going to drop this light lower, which is going to turn up the light more. I'm going to just open it up a little bit towards Beck to try and, basically I'm trying to do clamshell. It's hard with this sheet because I've got to be careful not to blow the whole sheet out. Cool. Yeah, that shadow is something I don't want. The shadow is from that front light. And I can fix that by bringing you off the wall. But if we're in a hotel room, I can't fix that. So all I'm doing is just playing a little bit to try and control the shadows. Oh, that's much nicer. So I want to turn it down a bit now. So all I've done is now I've got it bouncing into the wall, but I've turned it down a bit onto the bed as well. So it's giving me a bit more kick up light off the bed. All right, so I want to spread that light more. So I'm going to pull the light back further, which is going to turn the light down, but that's where I can turn it up, or I can just change my aperture. That's giving me a much softer light. It's now giving me the double shadow, but I don't mind the double shadow with this. When I'm doing these things, I'm trying to solve more than one problem at once. So I'm not liking too much bounce off the fake bed. I'm trying to get enough bounce low enough so it's not giving me that Blair Witch look, but I want to have a softer shadowing, which that definitely softened the shadowing. I've upped the Blair Witch a little bit. How I'm telling is to see how we have a little bit of a shadow above her cheek. But I like how the beds come down. I'm just going to keep playing. Now, I could try grid too, because I could control where the light's hitting that grid. Oh, that's getting nicer. All right, so by increasing that spin, so I'm going to come off. So the further I come off, I'm turning the light down a bit, but I'm feathering the light even more. And basically what I'm trying to do is light with feather. So I'll pull it a fair bit off and open it up. And feathering is one of the softest lights you can use. You can just see how soft this skin's starting to get now. The feathering's getting even more. It's pretty. So anything from here is going to either wreck it or make it better. So I might just do one thing at a time. So I've just turned the light out more. Yeah, when you get to this stage, you've got to decide just to move one thing at a time and then make up your mind. Actually like that more than I had. Like it's not a softer light, but I actually like the light. So if I brought this light out now and left that angle the same, yeah, now it's starting, just keep on just adjusting a little bit so I can always take it off if I don't like it. So I came forward a minute ago, I'm now going backwards more. And it didn't quite fix what I was trying to do, so I'm just going to keep, if I turn it there. So I just want to, right, so what I was looking at, if you look here, we have a nose shadow here. If you look here, we now have a nose shadow here. So I want to try and kill between those two nose shadows. So if I come about halfway, hopefully, bang, it's a tiny little bit of shadow, but I can live with that. I've got this tiny little bit of shadow, but I'll fix that. Because I think if I go any further, yeah, because this is starting to get this shadow. All right, so let's try back a fraction. This is like tiny changes. No, I think I preferred it where it was. I'll live with that tiny bit of shadow. No, I don't. No. I was going to tilt the light down more. No. I'll do a test shot there. Cool. Say I've run out of power because I'm only using something that's less. I'm just going to change my f-stop now. It's mostly going to go way over. But now all I'm looking at is my depth of field now. Love that shallow depth of field. So it's a bit over. I could turn that down. All right, white tape dot on ground. So I've come forward and I'm going to come out to keep that angle the same, hopefully. So I'm using that to turn the light down. Gorgeous. Kabang. That's so pretty. Let's just get that tiny bit more power off Beck. So I'm just going to move it a fraction more out. It should turn it down enough. Gorgeous. Absolutely perfect. That's so soft and pretty too. All right, so now I don't want really the sheet in the shot because it's giving me the sheets. You at your height you were? Cool. So all I'm going to do now is frame my picture up. Come on, there, beautiful, beautiful. That's really pretty. All right, so I want to make Beck's eyes a little bit more intense. So I could swear at her, or I could just frame her a little bit differently. Swearing's more fun, but sometimes you just got to do the thing that's not as much fun, but it's going to get me a better picture. There, beautiful. There we go, cool, beautiful. So what you'll see the difference is between these two pictures is how close her eyes are to the top of the screen. See how it gets more intensity when I move them up higher to the top of the screen. So that was more what I want, because this picture, it's nice and soft, but I don't want it too soft. I'm thinking of this pictures for, say, a fashion magazine. So I'm looking for something more voguey, something more that women are going to like to see. That's beautiful, beautiful. Cool, cool, cool. That's really pretty. I love that. Stunning, stunning. Stunning. Now you notice that she's now giving cleavage because she realized she wasn't before. Cool. It suits your shot, so it's all right. Cool. Like you said, you don't buy a Ferrari and park it in the garage. Exactly. Oh, that is very pretty. I'm a bit blurry on a couple of them. Right, so this is a thing with the autofocus on the Hasselblad. Normally on this lens especially, I manually focus this, but I don't really have a catch light. So if I turn on a modeling light, hopefully that'll give me a little bit of a catch light in Beck's eyes, if my modeling light worked. Let's see if I can see a catch light. Cool, that's really pretty. There, stunning, stunning. Stunning, they're gorgeous. So I'm shooting at 3.5, and 3.5 on a medium format on this lens would be like shooting f2. Oh yeah, I'm getting that. So I'm better than autofocus on this. It's only a catch light when the flash goes off. It's not you moving too quick, it's just I've got such a tiny area and I can't, not without having a catch light, it's really hard to see the super fine point of focus. Cool, that's really pretty. Pretty as. I'm nailing it now, so I should stop being a sookie lower. Cool. Cool, love, love. That's really pretty. Cool, cool, cool. That's gorgeous, gorgeous. Love, love that. Cool, nice, nice there.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this tiny little teaser. If you do want to check out the entire 6-part tutorial, you can head to Inspire. Link is down below. But if you want to stay and hang out here, there's some other videos for you to check out right now.